Hi guys, my name is Janelli. If you're new here, um, hit that subscribe button, whatever you want or not, you know. So, um, I have been watching like a lot of like videos of people doing like story time or and stuff like that. So I decided to do a story time now. So, as you could see, uh, from my title, um, I had somebody run off on me while hanging out or on a date. I wouldn't really call it a date, it was just hanging out as friends to see if we wanted to, like, get together or I don't know, to see how it goes, whether we become friends or not. Um, so So this happened maybe like a month ago, 2 months ago. I don't even remember, but it was pretty recent. Um, I have this app. Um, it's called Meet Me. Um, I don't know if any of you guys heard of it or use it or whatever, but I have this app that I use to like make friends or something. I don't know, maybe like more than that, because obviously it's like a dating app, I guess. But anyways, so this guy, he messages me like like I said a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that. And um usually I don't really like answer people that much, which I know like you're probably thinking like why would you even have that app if you don't like message people? It's whatever. I decided to just have that app just because when I get bored, I'm like on that app. Um, but when I do see like somebody interesting, I would message back. I do message back if I find them interesting. So this guy, okay, let me get into the story. This guy messages me, and I was like, he seems interesting. He seems like a nice guy. He doesn't seem fake or anything. So I decided to message back, which I did. I messaged back and, we started talking for a few days. And then he asked me for my number after like a few days of talking because obviously we weren't on the app as much. So, like, I guess, like, it would take us like hours to respond to each other or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I'll give you my number. So I gave him my number. So then he uh, texts me, whatever you want to say it. Um, and we started texting each other back and forth for a few more days. And then Sunday, comes around and he asks me, ugh, I can't even speak, guys. I'm sorry. He asks me, um, when can I hang out with him? So he, so basically he asked me like when my days are off were, or like when I hang with, when can I hang out with him? So I asked him when his days off were because I only worked the weekends. So I was free Monday through Friday, and he tells me that his days off were Mondays and Tuesdays. So I said, okay, we could hang out then, because I told him that I don't work Monday through Friday. So, um, he then tells me that Mondays he sees his family. He sees his family. But like after like 5 or 6 he could hang out that day, or Tuesday when we can hang out all day when he doesn't even do anything Tuesday. So I told him I can't do Mondays like that late at night because obviously I don't I don't drive at the moment. So I told him we could do it Tuesday. Um, he says, okay, we could hang out Tuesday. And he asked me where he should meet me and what time from what time. So I told him to meet me at this mall that I work at. Like I work at this mall, but like I said, I don't work Mondays or Friday. So I told him to go to this mall because obviously there was a lot of people there, and like I didn't want to go to like an actual like open public place, because like a park or something, like because I didn't know what this guy was gonna do, whatever. And plus it was raining that day, so I told him to meet me at this mall, even though he wanted to go to this park. I'm like, nah, I don't want to go to this park. I'm not gonna go to the park because I don't feel comfortable going to the park and it would be raining. So I told him to just meet me at the mall, and he said, okay. And I told him from 12, 12 in the afternoon to like 3. And he said, okay, well, I'm going to come around 1 o'clock and then we can hang out until 3. Okay, guys, keep that in mind. He said he's going to come around 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And yeah. So I told him, yeah, okay, we could do that. We can meet at 1 and then hang out until 3. So I get a ride to the mall and I go into my job because obviously I was going to meet him there because obviously I knew the people there, and like they're they were gonna like, I don't know, like if something happened, like something happens to me, like if he did something or whatever, I could just tell them, like message them or something, and they would like come get me. You know what I mean? So I get there early. So like I said, I wanted to meet him at 12, but he changed the time to 1. So like I got there around 12 because I told my ride that I had to be there around 12 for a meeting with my job. But obviously it wasn't a meeting. Obviously it wasn't a meeting. So I got there around like 12, 12:15 maybe. And I go into my job, and um they asked me, well, my boss, she asked me like, "Oh, what you doing here?" Like, you know, she was just asking me all these questions like, "Oh, what you doing here? Like, what's up?" Well, you know. So I told her what was happening, and then that I was meeting somebody, and she obviously knew it was going to be a guy. So yeah, and she was just asking me all these questions about him, and I was like, telling her what I knew about him. This is what I knew about him, so I told her everything that I knew. She was like, yeah, okay, okay. And then she asked me like, oh, what time is he coming? And I told her that he told me he was gonna come around 12:50, maybe 1 o'clock. And she's like, okay. So I'm still there, and like 12:30 goes by, and I'm like helping my boss with like some of the orders that she was getting, like that she was getting. So I was helping her with that until like 1 o'clock hit. So then 12:55, oh no, 12:50, like all the orders like got done. I like finished it with her, And then, 12:55 hits, and he tells me that he's here. He tells me that he's here, and I said, okay, let me, come to this build or this place. I'm not gonna say where the place was, but if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But I told him to come into my job because obviously I was there, and the job that I was doing is like it's kind of like a kids playscape, kind of like Chuck E. Cheese. So like obviously like there was little kids running with their parents, so like nobody really cared like who was there, what you looked like, what color skin you had. They didn't really care what you what ethnicity you were. Excuse me, guys. So like I said, it's a kids playscape. These kids, obviously they're kids, they're not gonna look at you and judge you or whatever. And then there's their parents who also don't, they didn't even care what you look like, your skin color, whatever. So I told him to come in here, and obviously there was a lot of people there. So he like comes in, and I see him come in, and he's like, oh my god, there's a lot of people there. Um, Meet me outside or whatever. I'm like, they're just kids. They're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna hurt you. Nothing. But I was like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna go. So I told my boss, I'm like, okay, he's outside. I'm gonna go get him, and we're gonna hang out. And if there's anything wrong, I'll let you know. Like I'll text you or whatever. And she's like, yeah, okay, okay. So obviously I went out. I see him sitting down in this bench in front of the in front of my job's gate. But he didn't see me coming out because obviously his back was turned to me because the bench, like when you sit down, like you don't like look to like the opening of my job. You just sit your back towards the gate. So, I'm walking up to him, and then like a few seconds later, I tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, and he's like, hey, and we hugged. We hugged, and then he's like, oh, I have to pee, and he just tells me he has to go pee because obviously like I said, or I don't think I mentioned this, but he lived like half an hour, maybe 40 minutes from away from me. So I was like, we could just go to my job and you could use the bathroom there. Like it's literally right there. Right there. Like it literally takes 2 seconds to like just walk past the people, him using the bathroom, and then walk right back out. But he was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna be the only brown person there, and like I'm so nervous, blah blah blah, or whatever. Like I'm all like, you're just using the bathroom, nobody's gonna be in there, like you're gonna be fine, it's just little kids. But then we had to walk all the way down to like the other side of the mall for him to use the freaking bathroom, which I was all like, okay, whatever, let's go, let's go. And I'm not trying to like sound like dramatic or anything, but I'm like, literally my job was right there. But anyways, we go and he uses the bathroom, and he, we decided to walk around the mall, but this mall was not that big. Like there was like maybe one clothes store, and then there's like a couple restaurants. No, yeah, there was like two. No, there's two clothes store in this mall, and then like a couple restaurants, a movie complex, nail haircut place, whatever. So we just started walking around. So it wasn't like that big. It didn't have like 2 stories, 3 stories, whatever. So there's like just two hallways. So it kind of like made a T. So like you could go down from my job to the other end, and then like in the middle there was another hall. So we went to Kohl's because Kohl's was on the opposite end of my job. And we walked around once, and then we went into the other um, hallway because he wanted to see what was down there. And then we went out in the back, and then he was all like, "Oh, I forgot where I parked." So I was all like, "Yeah, you parked in the front. This is the back of the mall." So then we decided to walk to the front because like when you go out in the back, you could walk around the mall, and so that's what we did. We walked around the mall, like on the outside, and then he went to his car. Like he made me like walk to his car to like I guess he wanted to show me his car. And just to let you guys know, I still haven't met this guy, so like I probably shouldn't never like walk to his car at all, but I did. And then he's all like, "Oh, you want to get in it?" I still shouldn't have never went in, but I did. But obviously nothing happened. So we just sat in his car, and we started talking a little bit. And then 1:30 comes around. Let me tell you guys, this was like only a half an hour of us hanging out. Like I said, mind you, I told you guys that we were supposed to hang out from 1 o'clock to 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 3 o'clock. We were supposed to hang out from 1 to 3. Okay, so 1:30 comes around, so it's only been like half an hour. So then we got out of his car, and we're all like, we have to use the bathroom. I had to use the bathroom. He had to use the bathroom again. So we were like when we went into the mall, like we were literally right there at my job. Excuse me, guys. And I told him, let's let's walk into my job because literally it's right there, and I don't want to pee on myself. So he's like, okay, fine, let's go, let's go. So like we went into my job, and then we went into the bathrooms. So obviously it was like a one stall bathroom. Like it was like a one person thing. So obviously I went in the girls' bathroom. He went into the boys' bathroom. And boys, like obviously the guys, like they only take like 2 or 3 seconds to use the bathroom. I take like us females, like we take maybe like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So I was in the bathroom. I like okay, what I was wearing that day, I was wearing a romper, so like a one piece jumpsuit. So like it took longer for me to like, use the bathroom and then come back out. So then it took me like maybe 5 or 6 minutes to use the bathroom. And then, I washed my hands, I got out, and I don't see him I don't see him at all. So I'm all like, maybe he's still using the bathroom. Maybe he's still using the bathroom. I'm gonna just go talk to my boss, tell her like what we did, what we weren't doing, like, or obviously I told her like what we were doing. So we were like talking a little bit, and then she asked me where he was. So I told her, I'm like, oh, he's using the bathroom because we had to use the bathroom. And she's like, okay. And I guess he texted me saying that sorry guys, he texts me, where are you? I'm outside waiting for you. Mind you, it's still like 1:30, 1:35. And I'm like, I'm coming, I'm coming. Don't worry, I'm coming. Stay outside. I'll come get you. And tell me how I go out there and I'm waiting for him. For 6 minutes straight, I was waiting for him because I thought he was outside waiting for me. So I'm like waiting for him to message me back. Tell me how he tells me, like, after like 8 minutes, maybe 10, he tells me that he left the mall. Bro, really? He tells me he left the mall. Like, like it hasn't been like an hour of us hanging out, and he left me stranded at the mall. Bro, like, what? 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 And then I asked him, I went back into my job really mad, hella mad. And I'm waiting for him to respond, and he hasn't responded in like 20 minutes. And he goes, you know what his response was when I asked him why he left the mall? His response was, I don't know. What? What? Like, who who says that, bro? Like, like I can't with myself. Like he literally told me he doesn't know, bro. Like, I literally wasted my whole day at the mall just for him to do that. What? Like, I could have done something else. I could have done whatever that day. But no, he literally wasted my freaking day, bro. Like, I don't. Like, I'm still, like, hella mad about that. But, like, come on, guys. Who says that? Who does that? And then they respond with, I don't know when they leave. Like, what? What? Alright, guys. Please comment below if this ever happened to you. I might sound dramatic about this, but like, come on, guys. Like, how you gonna waste somebody's day? Comment, like, comment and like if this ever happened to you. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not trying to sound dramatic, but like, he just wasted my day, bro. Alright. See you next time. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever, or not. I don't care what you do. But, you know, I'm gonna do a lot more stories. I'm gonna do a lot more stories for you guys. Yeah. So I'll see you guys next time.